Hello, everyone. This is James with Unity of Greenville. Glad that you're out there. Glad that you're here. Glad that you are wherever you are. Thanks for being with me today. I want to share with you a few moments on the subject of resolving inner conflict. Resolving inner conflict. Now, much of the time, your mind is constantly in distraction mode. It's it's working on a particular program that's been installed into your life over time. And so, therefore, that's the program that it's running. And so, it tries to keep you in that program. And when you're not wanting to stick with the program, it will distract you and it will keep you from doing what you need to do. And so, there are times when we can just ignore the mind and dismiss it and go on and learn how to concentrate on what we really want rather than what we don't want. But then there are times when your mind is constantly in conflict because there are ideas in your brain, in your heart, in your mind, feelings, thoughts, concepts, emotions that disagree with one another. And when there's this inner disagreement, you've got two sides. You've got the right side and the left side, the upside, the downside, the pro side, the against side. But what needs to happen is you need to unify and bring into alignment those opposing conflicts and figure out what they're trying to tell you. And so it's important to not ignore and quiet that voice in your head that keeps trying to tell you that you're in conflict. Now, how many of you understand that denial is not just a river in Egypt, but it is something that we do on a regular basis? We deny ourselves our wholeness. We deny ourselves our successes in life, our joys in life, our fun in life. So it's important to remember that you cannot resolve what you don't acknowledge. Many times we try to ignore that internal dialogue in our brain, in our heart, but there's a conversation that needs to be had with yourself. And so we often think, well, with what's going on in my life right now, I don't have the energy, the resources. I can't deal with this conflict inside of me. I just don't, I just can't do it. And so I keep suppressing it. I keep pushing it down. I keep pushing it away. I want to give you an affirmation that says, I always have time for myself. I always have time for myself. That's a good affirmation. You need to tell yourself that I always have time for you. I always have time for my feelings. I always have time for what's important for the health of my body, the health of my emotional state, the health of my spiritual state. So instead of pushing down that internal conversation, we should allow it to happen and just be what it is so that we can acknowledge and resolve the conflict. So you have to honor the conversation inside yourself. Treat your heart, your mind, your brain like you would treat someone you love deeply. Treat yourself like someone you love deeply. Listen intently and feel your way through what you've been trying to silence. So only then can you resolve it. So number 2, get clear about where the conflict is coming from. Once you've had this internal dialogue about the conflict, you may want to just write about it. You know, even the trivial stuff, just kind of put it down on paper. And it doesn't have to be a lot of words. And sometimes it'll just flow and it'll be page after page. And sometimes it'll just be a little bit. And that's okay. It's whatever it is. Just let it be what it is. Your internal conflict exists because something about it deeply matters to you. There's something important that you are not wanting to deal with. So if it really didn't matter, there wouldn't be any internal conflict. You'd be at peace. So it's important to get clear about this matter. What really matters? And so when you can put it down on paper, you can actually see what it is. Or you put it on your computer, you can see the screen. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm feeling. You get it outside yourself and you're able to look at it. And that's really good. That's really important. And so once you can see it, then you can begin to devise a plan of action to resolve the inner conflict. What do I need to do about it? Do I need to talk to somebody? Is there something that I can do to resolve this conflict now? And so you put together a plan of action. Maybe you develop some affirmations. Maybe you take it into prayer. Maybe you take it into your meditation time. Whatever it is. But you want to resolve it. Number 3 is awareness. Become profoundly aware. Be present with whatever's coming up inside. Pay attention to how you're feeling, because your feelings are important. And once you pay attention to them, you learn after a while which ones are just distractions and which ones are really important, which ones are feeding you, because your emotions are that part of you that keep you in balance. You see, as Americans, sometimes we tend to live in the head and not the heart. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Because as long as I live in my head, I can objectify everything. And I can be in denial and walk around in a self-righteous kind of a way. But once you get into the heart, you become sensitized. You become more open. And so what happens if when you're aware is you will notice when things are out of alignment, when things are out of balance, and you can deal with it. Okay? And it's just holding a sense of awareness on the inside of you, paying attention to what is important to you. Make yourself a priority. If you don't make yourself a priority, then you will prioritize everything else around you and you'll come in last place. And if you do that, you'll run out of energy, you'll run out of life force, you'll run out of time, you'll exhaust yourself. So you need to prioritize yourself, your energy, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, because you are important to you. Nobody else is going to be able to take care of you like you can take care of yourself. And so what happens when we are in this conflict is we project it onto other people. And then we get into silly arguments and heated conversations about things that are really meaningless and not really that very important. We forget about what we even argued about 5 minutes later. So that's the cue that you need to heighten your self-awareness and stop ignoring your feelings. You need to resolve those conflicts, because if you don't, then you won't be happy. You won't be fulfilled. You'll push away your wholeness. And why would we want to do that? So pay attention to how you feel and work with the energies, work with your feelings, work with yourself. Put yourself first. Do something nice for you today, whatever it is. Take a few moments and maybe to read a book, or maybe to eat some ice cream, right? Or maybe to take a walk, or to spend some time meditating. And don't just sit and meditate and think, oh, I fixed it. No, meditate and then hold that sense of quiet in your being as you go through the day, so that you can slip in and out of meditation throughout your day. It's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful experience, because you realize that you're having a fantastic relationship with yourself, because you're honoring yourself. You're prioritizing yourself. And if you do that, then you can be a healer. You can be a helper. You can be someone who can assist others and help others. But if you don't know how to take care of yourself, you won't be able to adequately take care of somebody else. Because you need to sleep, you need to eat healthy, you need to take time for yourself, you need to have fun every day. Can you do it? Will you do it? Well, don't just think about it, don't just talk about it, do it. All right, let's take a breath together. And Divine Spirit, we're grateful for these few moments that we've been able to share. And I'm appreciative of my friends that are watching right now. And my prayer now for them is that they find the grace and the peace, the joy and the laughter, and that they see that they are more than just this physical body, that they are spiritual beings. You're a spiritual giant, and you are loved unconditionally. So we say, thank you, God, and so it is. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. Now, if you'd like to make a donation to our community, I invite you to go to our website, unitychurchofgreenville.org. There are many tools on the website. If you do a little search, you'll find there's lots of material, there's lots of content, there's lots that you can do, and you can get involved, and you can be a part of our Unity community no matter where you are, because you are welcome here. We accept you as you are, but at the same time, we know that as you engage, you will begin to change, and your life will become better and better if you will allow it. All right, so thanks for joining with me today. Look forward to seeing you Sunday. We'll be back on Sunday at 10:30. You'll be able to watch us on YouTube, Facebook, or our website. And you'll be able to see, this coming teaching, which is principle number 3, which is the creative principle. So I hope that you can join with us and be a part of that. It's really nice when you can join us live, because the energy, is just buzzing, and the vibe is good when we're all live together. So you take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time.